What's going on, y'all? It's Combo Breaker 99. I'm back with another quick post-fight analysis video. All right, y'all, this is more of a post-fight review. I just kind of want to give you my thoughts on the co-main event for Bellator 256, Liz Carmouche versus Vanessa Porto. Shout out to Vanessa Porto. I'm a fan of Vanessa. She's been in the game a long time veteran. And I was really looking forward to her making her Bellator debut. I wanted to see what she was going to do in there. But I'm not going to lie, I was a little bit disappointed in her performance. I know it's been a while. She's been out for a minute. But I really wanted to see her go in there and make a big statement. Liz Carmouche, on the other hand, I know a lot of people are not a fan of her style. But at the same time, I wasn't really expecting a lot from 237-year-olds as far as putting on like a fight of the night or going guns a-blazing, especially after seeing Liz Carmouche in her past performances. She's becoming more of an educated fighter, more of a cautious fighter, which is smart. The older you get, you don't want to risk injury. You just want to continue to fight and get the money, right? And you want to continue to rack up W's, in the safest way possible. So I can see that side. But the other side, as fight fan and as two fighters go into the octagon and face off like this, they have to do something. Somebody has to level up at some point and rise to the occasion. And I felt like Liz Carmouche did what she had to do to win the fight, which you can't be mad at. She just kept doing what she had to do. She never had to leave second or third gear. But Vanessa Porto, on the other hand, whenever she started to fall behind, it was up to her to level up. She should have leveled up at some point and said, look, okay, I'm falling behind. I got to go in there for the finish. I gotta go in there and risk it all at this point. So there has to come a point where you do risk it all, and just say, I got to get the win. Because if fighting is your career, then you do need to go balls to the wall every now and then. Maybe not the whole fight for like a fight of the night segment type thing, if that's not your thing. But there has to be a point where you say, oh, I fell short, so I got to make up for lost time in there, And I feel like Vanessa Porto never rose to that occasion in there to say, look, I got to get this W. I got to get this W. Liz Carmouche, like I said, on the other hand, she never had to leave second gear, so she was fine with that. So we can't get mad at that. So sometimes it takes two to tango, though. It takes two to make an exciting fight. And if one fighter wants to just fight a safe fight, then we really can't knock it. Because, looking back at the first round, right away I knew that we were just going to be in for a very cautious fight here, the way Liz Carmouche was using her lateral movement, stepping side to side. Vanessa Porto, she could have got the first round, in my opinion, though. It was a lot of tit for tat in there. And, Vanessa was starting off with the better leg kicks to me. I feel like she was landing some nice leg kicks, but she wasn't really mixing it up, going, up top and down, switching levels. She got in a few hits, head kick here and there. But overall, I feel like it was just the activity and the movement where they're just going tit for tat, and Liz Carmouche, she probably edged that round out. She did edge it out on two judges' scorecards, but I gave the first round to Vanessa. The second round, this is where Vanessa, she tried to close in with the leg kick in the right hand, but then Liz Carmouche, she landed her own right, just went right back to that lateral movement, and then she went in for a clinch, fought a little bit on the inside, got a takedown. She almost got a takedown, but Vanessa popped back up, and then there was just more inside work from Liz Carmouche, little knees to the thigh and to the body, and then she'll go right back on the outside and just continue to outstrike Vanessa Porto and steal the round that way. The last round, this is where I said, okay, Vanessa Porto, she's going to step her game up. She's going to go strength for strength with her, and she's going to try to land a big shot, but it never came. She applied that pressure, but Liz Carmouche went right back to the footwork. And watching the footwork throughout the fight, I was like, okay, Vanessa Porto, okay, at this point, the feeling out process is done. I want to see you start cutting the octagon off. And you can see that Vanessa Porto could not cut off this type of movement. She was not cutting the octagon off. She was just following Liz around, and she was just getting hit with these little 1-2s and just fighting at her pace. So again, this is a point where you have to level up. Like, if you don't want to go in there and go guns a-blazing like a wild, uneducated style, at least try to start making adjustments to chop this fighter down that continues to move. And she was not able to do that. So Liz Carmouche would just fight these little time clinches, go on the inside, steal the round with the work on the inside, go right back to the outside, and then she stopped a late rush from Vanessa in like that last 20-30 seconds, and that was the end of the fight. So I was just like, okay, not a great fight, definitely not a great fight. It was a bit, like I said, kind of boring, but Liz Carmouche did what she needed to do, and we can't knock that. I wanted to see Vanessa Porto level up at some point and start cutting that octagon off. If a fighter's going to continue to move like this, you got to make them fight. You got to cut that octagon off and make them fight. Like I said, it takes two to tango. But from here, Liz Carmouche, she gets another W in the flyweight division, so we'll see what's going to happen from here. I got to go back and look at the flyweight rankings, but in my opinion, I still feel like Denise Kielholtz, she deserves that. She deserves that title shot with Juliana Velasquez. I still feel like that's her fight next, man. I really do. I still feel like Denise Kielholtz deserves that fight. Moving on from here. But yeah, guys, let me know in the comment section what y'all thought of the fight. I think y'all pretty much already did. I already talked to some people about that. Combo Breaker 99. I'm out. Subscribe. Peace.